Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Live Issue. My name is Blessing. Thank you so much for joining me for another trending news that people are talking about on social media handles. Now, if you've not subscribed to our channel, please help us subscribe to our YouTube channel, help us subscribe to our news website, and help us subscribe to our Facebook handle where we bring trending news and important information for you to talk about and for you to be aware of. So, this afternoon, I want to talk about a post that was put out there by a Twitter handle called Temi. Now, Temi is accusing Olawale Bashorun, a younger brother to Magistrate Olawale Aka-Bashorun, and who happens to be an in-law of a redeemed Pastor Kunle Ajayi, of molestation, sexual abuse for the past maybe 18 years because she's out of university, and the fact that this man in question has been molesting her over the years. Now, this story is sad because a lot of people have a lot to say about it, but we also need to be very careful of the victim and what she's passing through, and the fact that she finally had the guts to come out and talk about it. Okay, so let's go through the story and what she posted. And from her discussion of what she has posted there, her mom was aware of it. And a typical Nigerian mom way, her mom denied everything. Apparently, the mom was having an affair with the pastor, and the mom has a child, either for the pastor or for the man. The story is a bit, hi, how are you? Okay. It's a bit, I don't have it sad because it's happening in our churches and it's all about power and the fact that as an ordinary person, there's nothing you can do. She's very poor from what she's saying. This man did not have a child and he had to train her, but he deflowered her. Now, he's not the pastor, he's brother-in-law to the pastor, but the pastor was aware of what was happening, but he wanted to protect his image and his sister's marriage, and he made her to keep silent, and he made her to bear this. And the fact that this went on because they were poor and her mom gave her out to this family that did not have a child. I know some people, if you're watching me and you are anywhere from the Western world, will understand what this girl passed through, but it's a tradition. It's not things that happen, okay? When a child is given to it's a family for them to train them, or as a house help, or as a member of the family because they don't have a child. And because of the fact that they are very poor, the family takes care of the child. But it's funny the fact that this child reported to the school and that she has a lot of evidence, like her evidence is mind blowing. And the fact that this pastor, redeemed pastor, hid this, covered this for the sister because of the affairs that were going on. And the fact that her own parent did not in any way support her because she was covering for her lover. And they begged her to keep this in silence and for it not to be leaked. And Pastor Kunle Ajayi was aware of what was happening. He kept this because he did not want his own sister's marriage to be destroyed. What about the child's life? What about her mental health? What about her psychological well-being? Now, I know there's a lot of question out of this. And Nigerians are asking, what has happened? Where is her mom? What did the church do when they find out? Because she has said that she reported this to the church, to her principal, to her school, everybody, and nothing was done. She has receipts of her hospital bill and what the hospital reports actually detected of sperm in her body. and this was not taken to the police. Even she has been to the police now and nothing has been done. The guy was, this guy was detained and he was later released. Of course, we understand the fact that in Nigerian situation, the power that be, the brother being a magistrate, of course he'll be released. This girl is calling and crying out for help and for justice. And from Nigerians, Nigerians will always know how to research and how to get information. Nigerians are saying this is the girl in question. This is the girl in question. I don't know. I did try to reach out to her. And this is the man in question. He has a handle. Please, if we can actually try, I'm going to reach out to him for him to tell us his own part of the story. I did try to reach out the girl, because the girl has written to a lot of Nigerian influencers, but I've gone to their website. None of them are carrying this news. She has reached out to Lindy KG, Just Lover, Post. She has reached out to almost everybody she could, who could carry out her story. But this story is not in any of their blog. And we know why. We understand the powers that be. We understand the fact that people will protect their interest. So I did try to reach out to her, and I did try to ask her to come live with me to share her story. And these are my conversation with her, but she was not able to. I'm going to try as much as I can to push this story out as far as I could, because it's not okay that a pastor or redeemed pastor should be covered for knowing the atrocity that was happening to this child, and he did nothing. Now, from her point of view, she could not come to me because her lawyer told her not to, and they are waiting for DSFA. I don't know what is DSFA to answer them. But I still believe that she needs to start speaking. Nigerians, political scene and Nigerian political environment and environment as a whole does not in any way give room for the powerful to be persecuted, especially when this man happens to be a brother to a lawyer, to a magistrate, happens to be a brother to a magistrate and an in-law to a pastor, RCCG Pastor. Kunle Ajayi is well known. He's very popular. So this matter will be swept under the carpet if this girl does not have this publicity that she needs. And that is why I'm actually sending this in out there, and I'm promoting this video, and I'm saying, if you're an influencer out there, please, please, please put this girl's story out there. I know there are a lot of questions. Nigerians are asking questions. Nigerians want her to come on and answer questions. What has happened? What did she do? And she says, what will she do? When I hear or see a lot of comments under her comment, and I'm like, what will she do? She's a young child, for crying out loud. She was under her mom. Her mom refused to believe her. The wife of the man was aware that she was being molested. She was being threatened. They will not pay her school fees. What will she do? Tell me, what will a child do? She's able to talk now because she's out of school. So what will she do if you are poor? Be in her shoe. She's from a very poor home. She has a sponsor, someone that can actually take care of her school fees. What would she have done? So let's stop asking her stupid question. What did you do? Of course she has a lot of evidence. There's evidence in this girl's story. Her story adds up. My question is, why is it that Gist Lover, Lindy KG, all of these popular blogs are not taking up this story? Why is it not in the mainstream news? She has tagged all of these people. Why is it being shut down? Is RCCG a court? Are all these people in this church, are they protesting their interests? I don't get it. Nigerians are talking about it's on the public space, but my heart bleeds for this little child who has been molested, who has been sexually abused because she's poor. And all we are concerned about is for her to do a podcast, for her to tell her story, for her to come on space to talk about it. What she has posted is enough for an NGO to come out and fight for this child. She has posted enough. She has said enough. Who is the lawyer? Why is this story not out there? We know that, yeah, people are saying maybe she wants money, she wants to be hushed. Listen, let this thing happen to you and your children. Then you will stop accusing her. She was a child. She was a child. It's a pity that we live in a society where the victims are always being shamed and always being slammed. I did reach out to her. I wanted her to come on this live for her to tell her story, but she said she couldn't because she's been advised by her lawyer. I do not know who her lawyer is, but knowing Nigerian society and what happens, this girl needs to be talking. And if you're an influencer out there and you're not carrying her story, my question is, whose interest are you protecting? RCCG? We come on and we talk about a better society for Nigeria. This is a girl that been molested. What have we done? What are we doing? How are we pushing this story? I'm going to end by saying I hope she comes online. I hope she's able to contact me. I hope she can actually tell her story, because there's so many things Nigerians want to ask. There's so many questions, so many, where is her mom now? What is her mom doing? If this is her, let her tell us. And it's not about shaming her. This person also needs to be called out. This Aka-Bashorun or Olawale Akani, who is he? Why does he think that he can get away with molesting a child? What was the black subject or object that he used on her? It's all about ritual. It's all about a man mortgaging his life and his family and, following one courtist or courts organization, and then sacrificing another person's child for his selfish interest. We all need to be asking questions. This man needs to answer these questions. If he didn't do what they said he did, he needs to come out and answer. And my question is, if you know who can help this child, please tag them. Just lover, why are you not on this story? Linda EKG, say all of these people that call themselves influencers, why are you not on this story? Is it because it's sexual harassment and it has to do with RCCG and Pastor that you're handing your hands off it? It's a pity. This story got me, worried and angry, because I know a lot of Nigerian girls are actually being molested by the so-called pastors. And this girl have the boldness to come out and say her truth. We all should be supporting her. We all should be helping her get justice and not in any way shaming her. This pastor's brother or brother-in-law and the wife should be called out. They need to tell us what they know about what happened to this little child. Being poor should not be a disease. Being poor should not be an opportunity for you to molest a child. She did not come to this world to be molested because you are rich and because you can get away with it. RCCG needs to tell us what they know about this story, this child molestation. They need to tell us what Pastor Ajayi knew about this. What was done by the church? What was done by Pastor Ajayi? How is this brother-in-law being served justice? How are we going to get him locked up for molesting a child? Because she was helpless and hopeless. And her mom was useless. I'm sorry to say that. Any mother that could stand and watch her child being molested and did nothing about it is not deserving to be called a mom. I'm sending this story out there. Please, if you are a blogger, please carry it. Please share. Please let this girl get her justice. She deserves to get her justice. And this story is very, very passionate to me because I know, having been a church worker, having actually climbed in the church system and knowing what happens in our churches, I want this girl to get her justice. We're not talking enough about this. Pastors get away with blue murder and nothing happens. And leaders cover it up. Enough is enough. Temi needs to get her justice. She deserves to be heard. I hope the police, I'm going to tag the inspection of police to this story. I'm going to tag as many people as I can. Please spread this story. If you're a member of RCCG and you are actually part of Pastor Kunle Ajayi's congregation, please ask your pastor, what did he do? What did he know? What is his action? What did he do about this story when this girl reached out to him? Is it true that he was more after his sister's marriage and his sister's image instead of this poor child's life and the trauma she was passing because she was from a very poor home? I don't know. I just have to follow this story as it unfolds. I hope Temi will keep tagging me. I hope she keeps updating me. I'm going to share this. I'm going to promote this story. If you're RCCG member, please, for once, leave church and be God. Be godly for once and ask for explanation from your church. This is not about Pastor Adeboyo or RCCG. It's about a child being molested by someone that is close to your pastor, and your pastor covered it up. That's my take on this story. And I hope Temi gets justice. This story is going viral. Her handle is there. Please go to her handle if you're on Twitter. Ask her question. Talk to her. Please, please, please do not be harsh. Remember, she's traumatized. Remember, this girl has passed through years of being abused and being told that if she does not comply, her school fees will not be paid, her family will be poor, and there will not be any help for her. And if you know anything about children who are actually being schooled or who are actually being molested, you understand that she was under the influence and there was nothing she could do. She was a child. Her mom didn't believe her. Her helper, we talk about helper. Oh yeah, see the helper, the molestation helper. May God help us in Jesus' name. Amen.